Howdy folks, good afternoon. This is the mountains of Bulgaria, near Bansko. About a 20-minute gondola ride there. I have no idea what I'm doing next. Let's figure it out. So you saw my hotel there at the beginning. Been there for the past 2 nights. I will be there another 3 nights at least, and maybe more. I think this direction looks good. I saw a map down at the bottom. This is the ski slopes. Bansko here is a very popular ski resort destination here in Bulgaria. Oh. Whoops. I guess I could have kept going, and maybe that's what I wanted to do. I just saw the what I thought was the end of the gondola ride. All right, keeping the gondola ride going. Let's get to the top. Might as well see the most epic views from up there, wherever we're heading. So, I've wanted to go to Bansko for a few years. I think that the first person that told me about it was Jacob Locatus. Some of you might remember my videos from Uzbekistan, where I went on a group travel vlogger trip around Uzbekistan, and that is where I met Jacob Locatus, and then we made plans to do a road trip in Iraq. Oh wow, we tied.
So we need to do it again.
I think we do it again, yeah.
6.
You got it.
So now I use them both for my turn.
Yes, exactly. And so he had come here at one point. It is a popular hub for digital nomads. It did sound really nice, and so it had been on my travel list to come here and take a look, get the mountain experience. And so far, definitely very, very good. Man, look at these views. I think it is definitely a good idea that I decided to keep on going. And then I may or may not take the gondola back down or walk down. Looks like it would be quite a walk. They said that it would be like 90 minutes to 2 hours, and of course mostly downhill, although here you got a big valley you would have to go down and then back up. So the ticket was 20 Bulgarian lev, which is about like $12 for the round trip. I decided to purchase the round trip just in case I decide to take the gondola back down, because this is my first time doing this. And so I will get up there and hopefully be able to hike around, get even maybe higher up or something, and just go for the most epic views I can, get to, considering that I didn't get exactly a early start here. It is getting on 2 now. So just going to poke around and see what it looks like up there, and then all depending, either hike back down or catch the gondola back down. The last one is at 3:45, I think. And so yeah, we'll just see how it goes. And so here we are coming to the top, although it is actually down in the valley a little bit. Should be some great hiking around here. So that is a good example of why it is important to double check information, especially crucial information. That sign there, of course, makes it look like the last ride down would be at 4:30. But I asked at the desk right there, the ticket office, and it's actually at 4 o'clock. So it is exactly 2 p.m. right now. That gives me 2 hours to explore around here, and then basically just decide if I'm in the mood for a big hike back down, like another 1.5 to 2 hours hiking back down, or catch the gondola. Now, there's a ticket office there. I wasn't certain if there would be, and the guys at the bottom didn't speak very good English, and so that is why I bought the round trip ticket, just so I would have it. But I guess you could just buy a one-way and then decide later, and then buy another ticket back down if you wanted to. Not exactly what I expected to see up here. That is quite a spectacular kids' playground. And so it is 75 degrees Fahrenheit. My debate this morning, or a little while ago, earlier this afternoon, as I was getting packed up here, was should I wear the pants or not? Because I wasn't sure how much the temperature might change getting higher up in the mountains here, but it is nice and toasty warm, so I'm glad that I wore the shorts. And as you can see, wearing the sandals because I have no shoes. Many of you will know that I was in the Greek islands for the past month, and I only had sandals and no like especially warm jacket or anything, but these are super sturdy hiking sandals. These are great for hiking around the mountains or whatever, as long as it doesn't get like too cold or whatever. But I have some extra clothing in here, including a rain jacket, which is always in my backpack. So if it did kind of change weather-wise, get cooler, start raining or whatever, then I would be fine. Even if it like started snowing all of a sudden, then it would be fine, especially, you know, when you're walking around hiking in the mountains. As long as it didn't turn into, you know, some kind of crazy blizzard, but that's very unlikely. So that is looking like a pretty epic potential viewpoint destination up there. It's also looking very intense. But I think that that is the best place to shoot for. The gondola is not running, it looks like. Let's go for it. So I'm about halfway up. That took just 15 minutes to hike up here, so it's not going to be all that bad of a hike. It is intense, but you know, 30-ish minutes or so total, unless, of course, there could be, you know, more of a hike past the top of this gondola that I saw. We shall see. But anyways, great hike. So I was hiking along with my head down, and then heard what sounded like an engine noise, looked up to see a motorcycle like going across the ski slope here. Here's why. There's a road. And so this is, of course, one of these ski runs. Looks like a good one, pretty steep. And so this would be probably a ski run as well along the road, like a, you know, easier way down. I definitely want to come back in winter and experience skiing here, because back in the US and California, man, it is so insanely expensive. Once you pay for just your ski rentals and the lift ticket, you're looking at probably $200. The last time that I skied was winter before last in Lake Tahoe. I didn't make a video of it, but I stayed in Lake Tahoe for a few days. I think that I skied for 2 days at Diamond Peak, which was all right, but not a very wide range of runs there. But here it must be like super reasonable, like 25, 30 bucks or something for a lift ticket. And then accommodation is just a fraction of what you would pay in Lake Tahoe or any ski resort area in the US. So I have lunch in my backpack here. I was thinking that it would be nice to get to the top and eat lunch up there with a great view. This is still not a bad view here. And I'm getting really hungry, so going to munch here. I'll show you what I got. So the milk, and then cheese, crackers, of course, to go with the cheese, cookies, and pistachios. And then dinner tonight will probably be the leftovers from yesterday. If you happen to see that video, I ordered a really big meal at the end there, ate about half of it, and then they boxed up the rest, and then I have a fridge in my hotel room there. And that will be a great, like, very filling meal once again for tonight. Snow machine for covering the slopes in case there isn't enough snow. A couple more up there. Looks like one more on the left there. It would be cool to see those things in action. So I'm going to admit this is not the best hike. It is a good hike, great views, awesome just to be out in the mountains, seeing the forests on a beautiful sunny day, perfect weather for hiking. It is warmish, but a nice breeze. But my point being, there are better hikes in the area, which I will be doing in the coming days, that are actual hikes for hiking, not just hiking up ski slopes, because this is obviously like an expert run probably. It is super steep and just a trudge, you know, step by step, each one difficult. Hopefully the reward at the top will be worth it. I think that it will be, but still got a long ways to go. So the top of the other gondola is behind that grove of trees there, and I suspected that this might be the case because it can be a little bit deceptive looking downhill versus looking uphill, and that I actually wasn't halfway, but I think at the road I was more like a third of the way. So I hiked a ways further up, and there's still a ways to go, super steep. It is almost 3 o'clock, the last gondola at 4 o'clock, and I wanted to have some time to just kick back and relax up here, enjoy the views. And so I think that I'm going to skip that, even though I am so curious to see what's on the other side. But by the time I get up there, it is then going to be pushing the time to get back down. I'm basically just going to have to like take a seat for 5 minutes and then kind of rush back down. Instead, I think that I will take a seat and enjoy a view. Hopefully there is one. Now here we have what I guess is another carnival ride, or is that like a bar? Maybe that explains it in Bulgarian there. I can't tell what that is. But over here is the top of another gondola. So let's go see the view from there. So I guess this is the Kolarski lift, and then as best as I can tell, then the elevations must be referring to the bottom and the top of the gondola. So if that is the case, then we are at 1914 meters, a little more than 6,000 feet, 6,500 feet, something like that, which really is not that high for being the top of a gondola. And so I think that I'm going to skip the hike back, save my legs for the next couple of days. And also there is a really nice swimming pool at my hotel, and would like to save some energy for some swimming when I get back. So this will be, I guess, basically the end of the hike, other than just hiking back down. Going to take a seat here for a little bit, but it is getting windy and not really much of a view actually. Let's get a little closer to the gondola, check it out. And then I will show some more of town when I get back down, for those who didn't see the last video in which I was walking through the town of Bansko there. All right, here you go. Up close with the ski chairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a big one. All right, I'm going to get out of this wind, go back and just take a seat with the view looking down the hill. So there you can see. Actually, maybe I'll take a seat right here. So there's the top of the lift, and then it is a little bit further there to the top of the mountain. Oh man, I would love to see those views, but I'm just not in the mood for having one of those like super intense days, you know. I could just walk from there all the way back down and forget about catching the gondola, but then that is a really intense day. So last thing, I thought that I would show everything that is in my day pack right now. So we have the lunch and milk there, and then in this pocket, then we have a phone. Here are some things that are just always in there. Some lip balm, a pen, my hotel room key, earphones for listening on my phone, and a bottle opener. And then in this pocket we have just my wallet and change pouch with money and credit cards and stuff like that. And then nothing in these two pockets here. And then the main pocket we have a full bottle of water. I recommend this kind of a water bottle. It is insulated, which makes it a little bit heavier. So in other words, it would keep hot stuff warm, of course, but I don't use it for that because I only put water in this, but it then keeps cold water cold. So you go to a beach where it is hot, and if you don't have the insulation, hours later, you go to drink your water that was cold that you put in there earlier, and it's going to be warm probably. In this case, it is still super nice and cold water. And then a tank top shirt in case I got too hot. And then here is the stuff in case it got too cold. My hat, long sleeve shirt, I'm sure some of you recognize that, Shiva. A pair of socks, so I would wear, you know, the sandals with socks, but that will help you keep a little bit warmer. And then my rain jacket. And then lastly, there is a little bag that is always in there. In here is spoon and fork. A little thing with some random stuff that isn't necessarily essential. A whistle, so kind of a safety thing. Fingernail clippers. This is like some, you know, computer related stuff. And some gel that is good for bug bites after the fact, after you get bitten. Now I should probably have some, you know, mosquito repellent as well, but I don't have that. And then emergency toilet paper and a Leatherman pocket knife and scissors. And then there's a couple of necklaces in there that I don't really wear much. That's it. So this is definitely not an authentic Bulgarian restaurant, but some good looking food options anyways. Sushi, salads, including a Bulgarian salad. These all look really good. Balkan salad, zucchini in Greek way, shrimps, buffalo cheese, fish, pizza and pasta. Main dishes: lamb knuckle with risotto, pork wiener, chicken filet balola, veal pepper steak, pork Danish chop, veal T-bone, pumpkin cheesecake. Oh man, that looks good. That one too. Mascarpone mousse. So the gondola is just right up there. And so there is this long street here that turns into a pedestrian walking way just up ahead there. And it is just lined with restaurants, hotels, shops, the center of the tourist action. Some fast food, doner kebab, fries, sandwich, guzleme, so Turkish food it looks like. But where are the people? It is because it is a ski town, of course, but still I was not expecting it to be this deserted. Other mountain places in the Alps and Switzerland and in Italy that are winter destinations are also popular summer destinations because of all the hiking and mountain biking and lakes and forests. Rent a bike and take it up the gondola and then bike down the slopes. That was kind of what I was expecting when I came here, that it would still be fairly happening. Anyways, I was quite surprised to get here and feel like one of the only tourists here, and also not many locals, because obviously it is a tourist town, and so in the winter it must be such an absolutely different scene, covered in snow, and it must be just absolutely packed with people because there are so many hotels here, so many restaurants that are closed now. All of the currency exchange places are closed down. But Hotels are still open. Some restaurants are still open. It's nice and quiet and peaceful, and there is so much to do around here, which I will be discovering more of in the coming days. So that is going to do it for this video. Going to get back to my room, take a swim, edit this video, get some dinner one way or another. Either have my leftovers or we'll see. Maybe go out, get something else. But the dinner that I had last night was really good. I just have to find a microwave because there isn't one in my room. All right, take it easy. More coming from Bansko. This is where it turns into a pedestrian walkway and keeps on going. Bar, food, and fun under the Bansko sun.